Oh, we've got a fun one for you today. Title sequence. Pizza bacon. God, I just wanna. I'm attracted to that mustache. It's gotten bigger, by the way. Show a couple photos of that. Forenoon presents the Happy BREWSHACK Fun Time Show. Bam! Let's do this thing. The calming sound of waters on the Astoria waterfront. Boats docked outside, just waiting for whatever they do. Wait, what the hell was that? Can we rewind the tape? Just rewind it just a little bit so they can see it. All right. So look at that little boat kind of in the middle. Boom! What the hell was that? Some kind of smoke thing? Anyway, old Nooner took a road trip to Astoria, Oregon to take in the sights. Well, I'll let myself explain. It's recording, right? Okay. For your consideration, Oregon, this is not a painting. I am not an illusion standing in front of you. People ask me why I moved out here. 2 reasons. Actually, there's a few. Number 1, beer. And number 2, here we are, just lovely downtown Astoria. Old historic buildings, beautiful hotels, little coffee shop right downstairs in our hotel. Really, really nice space. What a wonderful and welcoming town, and just so, look, they know what they're doing. Oh, for sake, what the? Oh my God. The plague that resides on the piers in Astoria, Oregon. The beached sea lions that are, whatever they're doing, barking? Is that barking? Do they bark? Look at them. Get a job. Watch this one coming up here in a second. Look at him. Ugh. What's wrong? Is he in pain? Are they going to help him? Oh, here, we'll help you. This is how we'll help. We'll just do the same thing you're doing. Even louder. And a lot of us. Jesus. God, alright. Calm yourself. Oh, I forgot. Fort George is in Astoria. Oh, beautiful. What a coincidence. Just so happens that I'm there in town in the brewery.
How much longer do I have to go without drinking any beer?
I know, it's hard.
He said it, not me. So, guys, guess what? You know what? I can't go on. I'm really sorry. Not like this. Ugh!
Very good.
Ooh. That
I was ready for you to bust
that feels much better.
Now you're all for George.
Yeah, now. If it wasn't blatantly obvious before, it certainly is now. I love Fort George beer. They don't pay me yet that they know of. So anyway, guess who I'm sitting here with? I'm sitting with Jack, head brewer and owner. Are you the owner of Fort George?
I am one of the owners, yes.
Chris is out of town, unfortunately. But I come up to Fort George and Jack's like, I have to be on your show. I'm canceling the entire brew day just to be on your show. So I had to oblige, Whatever. I do what I have to. So Jack and Nathan as well. Nathan is, why don't you describe your job here?
I just work in marketing. Here we do all kinds of stuff, so it's a wide range of activities that take place. It's hard to man of many slashes.
There you go.
Right.
Many slashes. Did you have to write your own job description?
Yeah, it's hard. It's impossible, but you do what you can.
Yeah. Well, you do well. So, all right, we've been dying to have some beer. So let's try the Spruce Bud.
Finally.
Spruce beer.
Oh, cheers. This beer is fantastic. Tried it yesterday, the tap room, and this beer is brewed without any hops. Jack, how in the world do we get so much flavor without any hops?
Well, this beer is not this particular batch, but the style is really, really old. It's They used to make spruce beers all the time when they didn't have availability to hops because they realized, like the British Navy had a program for making spruce beer because it's packed with vitamin C and it prevents scurvy. And so, like Captain Cook, when he was out discovering the Sandwich Islands or Hawaii, they were drinking spruce beer while they were out there.
That's really cool. I knew that.
The settlers here, they did not have access to a lot of hops, so they would substitute spruce tips in for hops when they were making beer. And it goes back a long time. The Sati is a juniper version, similar kind of tree beer. That's a Finnish version. But we use the spruce, the Sitka spruce.
Wow. So is it and it's wheat barley, right? This is what goes into this one, or is it 2-row?
It's all 2-row barley.
All 2-row?
There's 2 ingredients in this beer. Well, I'm not counting the water in the yeast. There's just the 2-row barley and organic 2-row malted barley, and we call it free-range harvested,
You stole the spruce.
wild-crafted spruce buds.
Did you yourself go and pick the spruce buds?
Not this year. I haven't gone in a couple of years. I used to make this beer down in Cannon Beach, and I'd go out and pick most of those. But up here, I'm a ways away from those patches. But they found a place right across the river here. And
nice.
They don't tell me where it is. The brewers know.
They
but
blindfold
won't tell
everybody
me.
and take everyone out there.
It's a secret.
Blindfold them.
It's
Like,
part of
kind of weird.
It's part of the
initiation.
spruce bud magnificence.
Oh, wow.
It's the secrecy of the spruce tips.
Well,
We picked
it's
500 pounds of them for
500
30-barrel batch.
That's how much you brewed, 30 barrels? So 30 barrels is essentially,
We brewed 60 barrels.
Yeah, we did 60 barrels.
I guess we did 60
so that's like
barrels.
120 kegs worth of this beer, and that's
Yeah, 120, 15 and a half gallon kegs,
Yeah,
but we
15.
use smaller kegs, so we get more kegs.
it. Maths. Good
Maths.
job. Yeah, it's just amazing how much of, and I can't get over it. It tastes like there's some kind of citrus in here, but this is incredible, and it's only on tap around, the brewery and maybe a little got out.
Yeah, there's a little probably
Okay.
that got out, but
But we're drinking it fast here, and it's really, our previous head brewer, Spencer, he wouldn't let us sell any of this after the middle of July. He thought it was only really good for about the first month.
Oh wow.
But I think we proved him wrong last year. We got some kegs back from Elitas 6 months later, and they were great. It was kind of a treat to have, but still, it doesn't last very long.
It's amazing. Bravo. Good job. So let's talk about so the Sweet Virginia series. Talked about so Fort George started off just the brewery downstairs, and it's a 8.5 barrel system down there. And so they let the brewers go and brew. Is it every month, or how often do they get to brew their own batch?
Well, the idea behind that is once we opened up our production brewery next door, so the Sweet Virginia got its name. We got that brewery from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So we got it back here. I kind of nicknamed it Sweet Virginia.
Nice.
The brewery next door we got from Houston, Texas, from St. Arnold's, and so we call it Little Miss Texas. But the whole thing about brewing next door, it's shift brewing. So you might come in your shift and you're already mashed in, so you're just sparging, then getting rid of that, and then transferring that beer and mashing in, and then sparging, and then you're gone.
Right.
And all of these batches are getting blended together into big flavors.
Right.
So you don't have the sense of ownership that you have when you're brewing on the little system over here of like, I started this brew, I finished this brew, I cleaned up after this brew, and the whole
I nursed this brew
thing.
through its
So
developmental stages.
yeah, it's much more of
teenage
a
years.
team project over there, and so we wanted to have a way for the brewers to be connected and to learn how to design a beer recipe,
Right.
how to go out and get all those ingredients, how to put it together, brew the beer. They're supposed to also market the beer and write a description, drive around with our sales guys in the local area and meet bartenders and talk about their beer and really feel like from grain to glass that they're a part of it, no matter where it's at. And so we assign a month to everybody in the brewery, and then we assign a month to the distribution guys, we assign a month to the marketing guys, we assign a month to the tap room guy, and we try to fill that all up that way. And we're actually finding that we're having to do like 1.5 a month now because we don't have enough to sell. They're really anticipated, and
That's awesome.
because people basically have a whole year to think about this.
Oh, so
and they
it's-
go at it
it's go
like
time.
it's not like a Friday
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we need to fill a tank and here's some ingredients
Yeah.
that they've been really thinking about it.
Jeez. So this month it was who brewed this one?
Tobiah is I hired him as our machine whisperer. But he's the one that got our canning line to go from 48 cases an hour to 78 cases an hour.
Oh, wow.
And you want to make a rye IPA?
All right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
So
this
Road
is
to Rye.
Yeah, Road to Rye.
Road to Rye.
Yeah, they get to name them too. They're supposed to vet those with me, but apparently this one sneaked through.
You wouldn't approve this name?
I think it's a good
I
name.
probably never approved it. It's
There's, you know,
not even close to the most offensive name.
yeah, there's names we can't talk about. But
Even on your show.
Damn. I have some pretty offensive names for
Kind
my
of a
beers.
contrast there.
Yeah, that is a very stark contrast. I love rye beers. I did a whole series of rye beers based on the show Firefly. I'm a really big nerd. And I called it You Can't Take the Rye From Me. If you know the show, you get what I'm talking about. This is fantastic. I just like the spiciness that comes through in rye malt.
Yeah, it's really nice and dry.
It's really good.
It's good. That's the first time I've tried it.
That's fantastic. And then obviously, what have we got here? Uh-oh. Three-way. Okay, so this year, Block 15 and Boneyard. Yeah, so you guys went down south and got some great brewers to help out with this IPA, huh?
Yeah, that's our second year of doing a collaboration IPA as a summer seasonal, and last year was Gigantic and Lompoc.
Right.
This year we went with Boneyard and Block 15. We mostly try to pick out breweries that we really respect what they're doing,
Yeah.
and because our goal is to learn something from those breweries and be able to apply that to a beer that we have a name on. And so we have no idea what we're doing next year yet. But this year's version, mostly Chris was in on the design part of this.
Yeah.
So
It's
they
just
started also a tradition last year of coming up with this, the whole idea of making music together and jamming together kind of comes across. Last year we were a country western band.
Yeah, I loved it.
This year they're kind of a heavy metal band.
Yeah, it's almost like a time warp. You went back to the 80s for this one. I
Yeah,
love it.
my only real contribution to this whole thing was making sure there was a flying V in the artwork.
Oh, that's...
it was a good note. It was make or break, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what I love about Fort George, and even just you describing, letting all the brewers do their own thing on the Sweet Virginia, pilot batch system or whatever you want to call it, and then collaborating with these other beers. I mean, it's great. It seems that like you take in everyone that works here, and it makes it feel like they're not just an individual working; they're actually part of a group, and I really love that. And I brew a lot of beers too, and I love that. You never stop learning, and you can appreciate other beers, other breweries, and just try to incorporate that in your own. And that's really why I love Fort George is there's always something different on tap when I come. I love it. I never get tired of it. But I'll text customer woman, Vortex me, and then she knows exactly what that means. So she'll bring me one single can of Vortex, and I'm a happy man.
Can you get away with that?
I do, yeah.
That's brilliant.
What? I've
Look
only.
at my phone and that'll work for me.
I don't think you'll have a problem getting a Vortex. So anyway, Goonies weekend, we're having a great time. Truffle Shuffle Stout is also on tap. Did any of that get out?
No,
Ouch.
I think it was a really limited run, and then
Yeah, no, we're hanging
Did
on
we
to
went-
that. It's
Good.
at the theater.
It's
It was at the
fantastic,
theater
yeah.
last night.
I had
and then,
maybe a little too
did you
much
go to the
last
movie
night.
last
Oh
night?
yeah.
What'd you think?
It was
of the,
rough. It was rough getting up this morning, Jack.
What'd you think of the preview?
It was amazing. They played it twice.
Yeah.
You were a good actor, by the way.
Oh, you like that?
He was so nervous off camera about what he was going to say. He's like, I just need a beer. Maybe we may cut that. I don't know. But no, you're awesome. You should do your own show.
It wasn't about nervousness. It's like you don't have a contract. It's in my contract. I don't talk on camera without a beer.
Really?
Yeah.
You wrote your own contract, didn't
That's
you?
good.
You sure did. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. The hospitality that you guys show me every time I come up here is really amazing, and I just want to thank you guys.
Oh, you're
I
more
really
welcome.
appreciate it. And so grab three-way while you can. There's actually, I still saw some Suicide Squeeze out last time, and if you haven't had Optimist or the new Quick Wit in 12-ounce cans, it's fantastic. It's Jamie loves.
You're not paying him.
If you would like to see Before Noon working for Fort George, please contact them at beer@fortgeorgebrewery.com or contact them via Twitter at FortGeorgeBeer. Tell them Nooner sent ya.
no, he's just a nice guy.
I actually had one. I have one confirmed referral, and I'm gonna
Hey,
hang my hat on
cheers to
that.
that. All right.
One confirmed. All right. Good job.
was one take, right?
Oh yeah.
That's how this works.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, we don't do it anymore.
It's yeah.
Good job.
That's not the way it works with.